Here we have verse 20 of the 14th chapter of the Gospel of John. Jesus is giving assurances to his disciples that even though he is going away, it's actually going to be better for the disciples that he do so than that he remain with them. That's probably a rather difficult idea for them to fathom, but nevertheless that's the point, that as Christ ascended to his throne and sent the Holy Spirit, there was going to be a entirely new and very different and much improved situation for these who are going to be going out with the commission to make disciples of the nations. And Jesus now simply presses home the point even more emphatically. As we come now to verse 20, we have the preposition in, only takes the dative in Greek, so here we have the dative demonstrative pronoun in the singular feminine, going with hemera, the feminine noun, also in the dative, with the feminine dative singular article, so literally in that the day. Of course, the article is not translated, so we have simply in that day. And then gnosista, this is from gnosomai, it's the deponent future of gnosko, I know or I will know. Second person plural, future active indicative, so in that day you will know. And then humes added for emphasis, in that day you will know this. And usually the emphasis is going to be in distinction to some other implied noun. In this case, it probably is Christ himself. In that day, you will know, as opposed to simply me knowing this. You know, Jesus, of course, knows this. But now it's going to be something that will devolve to them as well. And in that day, you will also know is the idea. Hoti, connection or conjunction, that. And then ego. The first person singular pronoun, I, translated I, or ego is where we get that word. So I, in, same preposition as here, in to, patri, in the Father. The Father, pater, the masculine noun with the masculine dative singular article. So in the Father, mu, the first person pronoun in the genitive, the possessive, so in the Father of me. Kai, and then again humes, echoing this, and you in emoi, again the preposition in me, the emphatic form of the dative first person pronoun, so that I in the Father and you in me. Kago, contraction of kai and ego, I am, or and I, in humen. And again, the dative with the second person dative plural pronoun, and I and you. So it's a rather interesting package of ideas. The verb doesn't appear anywhere. It's implied throughout, so that I am in the Father, and you in me, and I in you. Of course, it's a remarkable kind of statement, because it essentially is saying that there is this, or will be in the case of the disciples, this extraordinarily intimate connection between them and God, so that Christ will send the Parakletos, the Paraclete, the Holy Spirit, the Advocate. Christ has also said, I will come to you, manifestly connected to the coming of the Holy Spirit. And then he's added, and in the Father, in a sense, comes to you in the connection with the association with Christ. Really, the bottom line is the entire Trinitarian presence in the individual Christian is being suggested here, which is an idea so extraordinary and astonishing that it really is quite difficult to even fathom or properly explain what it means. But obviously, from Jesus' point of view, that is going to be astronomically superior in the case of the disciples to simply being with Jesus in his presence, in his human ministry. And thus, Jesus wants to drive that point home to them in no uncertain terms.